Well, it's about 11 o'clock, and you know, people are still joining. So, but I will get into what we're going to do today and explain what this is about today. And I don't know if some of you saw my post or maybe didn't, but today what we're going to do is what I call a psychological defrag. For those who know anything about computers, and I don't, so I don't profess to know much about computers, but I know that over time, you know, every time we log onto the net, onto the internet, and we go visit a website, things are downloaded in the background. You know, what they call cookies and all kinds of spam stuff that comes down. We don't even know it's there, but it's on our computer, it's on our machine, and it's taking up memory space. You know, every computer only has X amount of gigabytes of memory. But those cookies and those kind of viruses, for want of a better way, that certain companies put on behind, which are tracking you, which are, you know, like Amazon and Facebook and Google, all of those things, they call them, I think they call them sky bots or something, some strange name. Anyway, shows you how technical I am. But anyway, all of those things are continually being downloaded onto our computer, and it slows down the process. Every now and again, if you've got someone who does your computers for you, or you can do it yourself, it's not a difficult thing to do, you can defrag. So what happens is all of the useless kind of files that are built up, things you haven't looked at for a long time, these cookies that are downloaded, all that kind of stuff, you go on and you press this button, and what it does, it eliminates all that stuff from your computer, stuff you haven't looked at, stuff you haven't used, stuff that's just been placed on it without you knowing. And so they say that every kind of minute or an hour or whatever it is, something like 2 million bits of information are coming into our senses, you know, through our touch, through our sense of smell, our sight, our hearing, all of those things. And most of it is useless information. You know, the sound of the traffic, sound of a couple of people speaking, you know, we're not listening to it, but it's going in. And all that stuff kind of clogs up our memory space, if you like. When we sleep and we go into that REM sleep, apparently what happens, and that's why as human beings, if we don't get REM sleep, then we go crazy. You know, they used to do that in certain military situations where they deprive people of sleep for days, and those people will eventually go crazy because if you're not getting REM, because what happens in REM, and don't quote me on this because I'm not a scientist, but what happens in REM apparently is all of the information that's coming during the day, in REM sleep, your brain goes through all that stuff and it kind of bins the stuff that's of no use to you. So when you wake up in the morning, all that's left are the things that keep you, that help you survive. So, but I believe that over time, I know from my own point of view, you know, there are things that I did at school that embarrassed me, and those people won't even remember me. But when I think back to that time, I might still feel embarrassed about it. There are things that we do that we log in our mind that are no longer of any use to us. So what we're going to do today, when I hypnotize you, is we're going to take you through that defrag situation, or that defrag process, so that when you're in hypnosis, your unconscious mind can look through, and it can, because your unconscious mind works in like milliseconds, you know, it's phenomenal. It will look through all of the files, all of the stuff that's being downloaded into your brain over your lifetime maybe, and look through it and then eliminate all of those things that are no longer of any use to you. You know, my son Anthony, who I work with, this is when computers were far less effective as they are now. He used to come down to my house in Kent, and we go on my computer, and my computer would be going like this, and he'd go, let me have a look at it. And he'd say, when did you last time you looked at this file? And I say, I haven't looked at it for 6 months. He'd go, delete. I'll go, no, hold on, don't delete it. But he would say, when did you look at this file? When's the last time you looked at it? And he'd be deleting stuff off my computer. And by the end of it, it would be zinging, because all of that stuff had been freed up. You know, and I don't know about you, but I'm a bit of a hoarder when it comes to stuff on the net. You know, stuff that's, I think I've got something like 4,600 unread emails. People have sent me, and I haven't had, you know, some of it's spam, some of it's from different companies that, you know, I might subscribe to, and then they keep sending me stuff. But that's thousands of memory space on my computer. There are files that I've done, you know, I am a bit of a hoarder. Things that I've done 5 years ago, 6 years ago, 10 years ago that I'm never going to look at again, but it's still sitting on my computer. So it's the same with our minds and our brain. There are things, and a lot of these things that I call these files are like negative thoughts or limiting beliefs that have been placed on us. You can look on those negative thoughts and limiting beliefs in the same way as you look at these cookies that are downloaded behind the computer. We're not known going in there. It's just going in and it's just sitting there affecting the way our computer works. And I know I'm kind of making an analogy here of our brain, but between your ears, you really do have the most incredible computer on the planet. It's just, you know, it's superb, but it's affected in the same way by negative suggestions, negative thoughts, limiting beliefs that are just going in without us knowing it and sitting there and affecting the way we perform and the way we act. So today, as I said, it won't be a very long process. It depends how old you are, I suppose, and how many cookies you've got sitting in the back of your brain. But we're going to run this together. I'm going to take you into hypnosis, and then we're going to run this defrag so that any of those useless, unnecessary files that have been placed there, any of the negative, limiting beliefs and negative thoughts, or even self-suggestions, things that, or redundant habits, you know, things that we learned years ago that we don't need anymore, but are still there taking up space, if you like. So that's the goal of today, to just have a defrag. I want you to allow yourself this time out, and I've been saying it for a few days now. It is a complex time, and to just take time for ourselves, some people think that's selfish, but I have to tell you, take this bit of time out, even if it's with me or whether it's not with me, but try and find some time every single day just for you, just to go and sit quietly somewhere, find a space somewhere. If it's in your garden, you know, if you've got a balcony, if you can go out, then go out, but find a space where you can just for a moment put everything else out of your mind and just allow your own unconscious mind to relax and sort through that process in your mind, and allow yourself to, so you can think clearly, so you can see clearly, so you can understand the powers you have within you, if you like. So what I want you to do, if you're ready to do this defrag, I want you to once again get comfortable. As I said, if you've joined me before, every time we do this work together, it's going to become easier because you're going to become anchored to that feeling of relaxation through my voice. And so what I want you all to do, once again, you know how to do this now. Get comfortable. Find a place where you can just sit quietly, just for a while. Place your hands separately, place your feet separately. Now, the idea behind this, and people will say, well, you know, why do I ask you to do that? And whether this is true or not, but this is how it came to me in the first place, you know, we're talking about close to 30 years ago. We have two hemispheres of our brain, and the right hemisphere works the left side of our body, and the left hemisphere works the right side of our body. There is an interconnection between those two hemispheres, but apparently that's how this works. And if you have your arms or your legs crossed, there can be some kind of confusion between what's going on in your mind. So that's the reason I asked you to do it. Whether that's true, whether that's not, I don't know, but I'm going to ask you to do it anyway because I've been doing it for 30 years. It's part of my DNA. So place your hands separately, place your feet separately. Take a deep breath in. As you breathe out, just allow your eyes to close, but only as quickly as you're ready to do this defrag, to eliminate all of those useless files that have built up, all of those cookies that have been downloaded without you knowing. That's right, just allow your eyes to relax. And let that feeling of relaxation go down through your body now. Let your jaw relax, tongue relax in your mouth. Let that feeling spread into your throat. Allow your neck muscles to relax. That's right, just allow all of that stress start to disappear from your body. Let that feeling go down into your shoulders and allow your shoulders to relax. Feel those muscles softening and relaxing. And let that feeling go into your arms, your biceps, your triceps, your forearms, your wrists, your hands, your fingers. Just let your arms relax completely. And once again, as you do that, you may become aware of certain sensations. You may even become aware of your pulse or your heart beating. As you relax even more, the muscles in your back, stomach and chest. And just for a moment, focus on your breathing. Imagine that you're breathing in calm. You're breathing out tension. You're breathing in confidence. And you're breathing out doubt. And as you breathe like that, once again, I'm going to repeat the words to that thanks protocol. And I want you to aim these words at yourself as you breathe in and out. Just repeat these words and aim these words at yourself. I recognize the good within you. Thank you. I care about you. And I want you to be well. Just repeat those words again in your mind. I recognize the good within you. Thank you. I care about you. And I want you to be well. And let that calm feeling go down into your stomach muscles now. Allow your stomach to relax. Let any tension disappear from your stomach muscles. Let that feeling spread down into your hips, your legs, your calves, your ankles, your feet, your toes. Let your legs relax completely. Let your body relax completely. Let your mind relax completely. Like a handful of rubber bands just thrown in that chair, all loose and relaxed. Nothing bothers or affects you, nothing disturbs you. All that matters now is you, the sound of my voice, and freedom from every negative, limiting belief, every useless, unnecessary thought. That's right, because with the eyes closed, you can continue to relax now. And as you drift deeper and deeper, my voice, my words will drift with you to become a part of your experience now. And every word I say will take you deeper and deeper into the most profound state of hypnosis. And the deeper you go, the better you feel. Remembering those experiences of hypnosis you've had before. How it's felt to sit and listen to my voice speaking to you. Remembering the words and the sounds and how it felt as you drifted into that wonderful space. Because not moving, not speaking, makes it easier to not listen to anything other than the sound of my voice. Deeper, deeper, deeper down into that feeling now. Imagine you're just dropping down through space and time, down toward a place of total bliss. And as you drift into that space, my voice, my words are going to drift with you to become a part of your experience now. Every word I say doubles that wonderful feeling. Everything I say now becomes your reality. Every suggestion I give you, you'll act upon and carry out without hesitation, is now your reality. You have a conscious mind and an unconscious mind. And that unconscious mind, the back of the mind, can continue to hear, to understand, respond to those things I might say without the need for you to do anything at all. It's so much easier for the conscious mind simply to relax and enjoy that letting go. letting go even of the effort it takes to make the effort that it might take to tell the exact position of arms, legs, or the entire body now that seems to drift through time and space. That wonderful free floating place of effortless relaxation and letting go, allowing events to occur in their own time, in their own way, as you drift as a mind, and that mind drifts without boundaries, without borders, without limits. Now, I don't know if you know anything about farming or fencing, but especially those electric fences that some farmers use to keep horses in. They stretch these wires around the field, and through that wire they run a current of electricity, not enough to hurt anyone, just enough to give you a startling zap. And they stretch those wires around the field, and as those horses wander from place to place, they brush against that wire. They feel that sudden sharp jolt of pain. And being really smart and gentle animals, they pretty soon learn where they want to go, where they don't want to venture. And they learn so well, in fact, that after a while, the farmer can turn off the electricity. And he can even replace that wire with string, and those horses stay put, fenced in by nothing at all, by the thought that where they are is safe, providing they just stay put. An invisible barrier created by the mind, an invisible boundary. But you know, once one of those horses goes through that fence, all the other horses follow. But where to go next, that's a problem everyone faces at times. Not everyone can answer. And no one knows how a horse knows where it's going. But we do know, once it's seen the freedom at the bottom of the lane, it's difficult to rein it in. It is so much more fun just to hold on tight and see where that might lead you. And that's the pleasure any child can treasure. Even invisible barriers can be jumped over on the way to your goals. Your unconscious mind knows what you can do. Your conscious mind knows it too. And all that's needed is for you to allow yourself to do it in the right way for you, to let yourself do it in the way that you can. And so as you drift deeper, deeper, deeper down now, I want you in your mind's eye just to imagine you're sitting in front of your computer screen. And I want you to imagine clicking that computer on and seeing that screen come up. And you can see some lines on that screen, different coloured lines. And each of those lines represent a file in your mind, a memory, a thought, a fear, an anxiety, a negative thought, a limiting belief, a learnt behaviour, a skill. And you can see that screen is full of those minute lines, hundreds, thousands of those lines. Now, some of those files, some of those thoughts, some of those memories are no longer any use to you. They're redundant, useful or useless, unnecessary files and data that's taking up space in your mind and slowing you down, slowing your thinking down, restricting your creativity. Now on that screen, in your mind's eye, I want you to see there's a button. On it, it's got written Defrag. Now in a moment, when you're ready to do this, when you're ready to free up that space in your mind, to create, to think, to enjoy, when you're ready to do this, I want you to click that arrow onto that Defrag button and click that button. And as you do that, I want you to notice how those lines are starting to change. You'll see some of the colours slowly disappearing. Now, this is going to take a period of time, and you can let that Defrag run in the back of your mind now. And while that happens, while that's happening in the back of your mind, while those useless, unnecessary thoughts and images are being deleted from your mind, while those negative beliefs and limitations are being eliminated from your mind, while any irrational thoughts and fears and anxieties are being eliminated from your mind. I want you to do this. I want you to go out into a fantasy. Just go out into a fantasy, a month from now, 6 months from now, a year from now, and think about something you really would love to achieve. Maybe it's a physical goal, maybe it's a career goal, maybe it's a financial goal, maybe it's an emotional or spiritual goal. But I want you to imagine seeing yourself out there, having achieved that goal. And I want you to just see it clearly in your mind. And I want you to notice the way you move and the way you breathe, having achieved that goal. Let go of any limitations because they're being defragged in your brain now. Imagine that you can achieve it, and imagine you have achieved it. See yourself achieving it. Go and step into that body and feel what it feels like to achieve that goal or those goals. See what you'd see and hear what you'd hear. Feel what you feel. Experience that feeling of achievement, maybe confidence, freedom, energy. Step into that body and experience it. Imagine it's one of those beautiful blue sky days and you're there with the people you love, people that love you, friends. See it clear in your mind. Step into that body and feel it now. And you're in that body and you're experiencing that feeling of achievement and freedom. And look back to now and notice all the things you did along the way that led to that wonderful thing of freedom. Because you have all the understanding and strength and resources you need within you to achieve that goal. And now you know where you're going, and now you know how good you'll feel when you get there. There's not a force on this planet can keep you from achieving that goal. Even invisible barriers can be jumped over on the way to those goals. And so as that defrag continues now, you may become aware of a lightness of being, as every useless, unnecessary, negative thought is eliminated from your mind. Every limitation that was ever placed on you is eliminated from your mind. Every ounce of hurt, pain, sadness that was ever placed on you is being eliminated from your mind. And you can go back to that screen and notice how those lines have got space between them now. And notice how those lines are separating as all of that negative thoughts and limitations are being eliminated from your mind and your brain. Every irrational fear and anxiety is being swept from that brain. And feel that continuing now. Once again, go out into a fantasy. See yourself out there, living your life the way you want to live it. Fit and well. Achieving your physical, financial, career, spiritual, emotional goals. And notice the way you move and the way you breathe. Once again, step into that body. Feel what it feels like. Because now you know you can do this. And from today, whenever you want to use your unconscious mind to achieve anything, physical goals, career goals, personal goals, you find a place where you can sit quietly, where you can have time just for you, and you repeat the word relax 4 times in your mind. And on the 4th time of hearing it, wherever it's safe and appropriate to do so, you'll go back into this wonderful state of hypnosis that you're in now, where you have access to all your unconscious abilities, strengths and skills. You already have all the resources you need to achieve what you want to achieve in your life. And all that's needed now is for you to allow yourself to do it in the right way for you. To recognize that you are worth doing this for. And you will be kinder to yourself. Take care of yourself because you are worth it. Treat yourself with the same love and kindness, and want for yourself what you want for the people you love. And you'll find yourself working towards it. Just for a moment, go back to that screen, and you can see now all of that space that's being freed up. And all that's left now are the learnings you need, the positive beliefs that you have that will empower you to achieve what you want. And notice how you feel that in your mind and your body now, the space that you now have to do the things you want to do, free of every limitation, free of every negative thought, free of every irrational fear and anxiety, free to be. And I want you just to click that screen off now. And instead, see that screensaver, which is a photograph of you having achieved the life you want. And your understanding of your worth and your value and how loved you are. That's right. So as you drift deeper and deeper, as those changes take place completely, at a cellular level now, as you feel that thing of freedom flooding your body and your mind, just for a moment, think about the people you love, people that love you. Do it now. See those faces, feel that love. And once again, feel that love like a burning hot sun in the summer sky. Shrink it down to a white hot ball of light as big as a golf ball. And pull that into the very core of your being. And feel that light and that love and that joy emanating out now through every cell, every fiber, into the very marrow of your bones, flooding your body and your mind with a feeling of joy and a feeling of love. And notice how there's no space left in your body for any negativity, for any doubts, any limitations, any irrational thoughts. All of that space is now being taken up with a new feeling of freedom and love that you're going to take into everything you do. A new understanding about your worth as a person, as a being, as from today, you take care of yourself. You look after yourself. You are kinder to yourself because you are worth it. And go over with your unconscious often as you need to know that that space is now free. That defrag is complete. And you will find yourself thinking differently. You'll see things differently. You'll experience life differently. Because now it belongs to you. Go over your unconscious often as you need to know that that is complete. And only when the unconscious mind knows and has made those changes completely at a molecular, cellular, neuron level that will allow you that freedom and joy and allows the conscious mind to accept the changes made. Because in a while I'm going to count to 10. And every suggestion I've given you, you'll act upon and carry out. It's now your reality. On 8, your eyes will open. You will feel like you've had a ton weight lifted. Like you've had the blinkers removed. You will see things differently. You'll experience things differently. And on 10, that feeling of freedom and empowerment is going to grow stronger day by day. Now your mind is free to create, free to enjoy, free to be. So get ready. On 8, your eyes will open, you'll feel incredible. And on 10, that feeling of joy and love is going to grow stronger throughout the day. A feeling of well-being that you're going to take in everything you do. 1, feeling absolutely wonderful now. 2, to achieve all the things you want to achieve and do it brilliantly. 3, a feeling of freedom from every limitation. 4, feel the force of that energy and love through every cell, every fiber, every molecule of your being. 5, feeling incredibly alive now. 6, 7, 8, eyes opening, feeling absolutely wonderful. 9, 10. Well, I hope you enjoyed the experience, and accept whatever happens. Now you've got space to create. And we have ideas and we have thoughts and creative thoughts. For the majority of us, and I know I'm guilty of it, we think there's no point in putting that down or writing that down because who would be interested? But you'll be surprised. We all have a story to tell. We all have things to share with people. Knowledge, understandings, creative thoughts. Allow yourself to be brave enough to write some of those things down. Share it. Because you might just change the world, who knows? But if you don't write it down, if you don't think it's worth sharing, who's ever going to know about it? So you will find yourself having more creative thoughts today, and you will find yourself with a lightness of being you might not have felt before. So I hope you enjoyed today. You know, it's great to see how many people are joining me every morning. I'm going to be doing this for a few more days yet, and I said I'll do it for a fortnight, for 14 days. But I'm enjoying it, and if anyone wants me to continue, I might do, you know, a couple of weeks or something afterwards. But let me know. Let me know you're enjoying it, and just give me some feedback so that I know that you're benefiting from it, or at least you're enjoying what's happening and you're taking this bit of time out for yourself. So once again, you know, I'll wish you a wonderful day, and stay well. Let's listen to what everyone's saying. Let's keep ourselves safe, keep everyone else safe as well, and we'll get through this together. And I'll see you on the other side of this. As I keep saying, and I know it's an impossibility because we're all over the world, but maybe one day, you know, I'll meet you face to face and we can have a cup of tea or coffee together, and we can talk about how we got through this time. Okay, so have a wonderful day, stay well, and I'll see you soon. Take care.